Welcome to Commonwealth Conversations. During the 2023 General Assembly session, we're speaking to legislators about top issues under consideration in Richmond. Our guest today is Delegate Emily Brewer, who represents the Isle of Wight, Surrey, and Prince George counties. Delegate, thank you for being with us.
Glad to be here, and I have a little bit of Suffolk as well.
Okay, a little bit of Suffolk too. All right, City of Suffolk. As a leader during the House budget formation, can you tell us the priority issues for the House? And especially, what is your the thing that you're most proud of that's in the House budget?
So there's several things. So the past couple years, one of the things I worked on has been broadband. In the last budget cycle, we were able to secure $35 million in VACo grants for Suffolk, Isle of Wight, and Southampton to work on broadband expansion. I think that's huge, and continue the work in that arena to make sure that we're on time to make sure we get all our work completed by the stipulation of the federal funds are going to be key. So we've been working diligently on that. In this House budget, one of the biggest things I think we have to work on, especially we've learned through this pandemic, is really the commitment to mental health and behavioral health services. The governor has put a huge initiative into that. That's one of the top priorities. And also, I would say that Virginia, to remain competitive, to make sure our localities are thriving, is we really, really have to look at all the investment we're putting in pad-ready sites. Virginia is a great place to do business, but we have to continually make sure that we're setting the stage so that we're ready when our localities in the Commonwealth have major industries calling, that we have set the stage, we have the land, and we have pad-ready sites ready to hit the ground running. So one of the big initiatives is the Governor's Transportation Opportunity Fund that's in this budget. I'm very proud of that because I will tell you what, that coupled with the funding for business and pad-ready sites is really going to help our localities and our Commonwealth thrive.
Well, the House budget did substantially increase funding for those pad-ready sites and for economic development opportunities throughout the Commonwealth, correct?
Absolutely, and I think that economic development is the way to the future, especially in our Commonwealth, and anything that surrounds opportunities around the port and boosting our localities and their ability to generate tax base is a great day.
Well, Delegate, there have been several bills that this session that have attempted to chip away at local government authority, whether it be in finances, whether it be in land use decisions. Most of these bills have not prevailed. Tell us your thoughts on preempting local authority, and what solutions would you offer to look out?
So I think what we have to do is as the Commonwealth goes forward and we're learning and we're shifting and we're shaping into Virginia's future, we're going to have to learn how to reinvent our taxation base to some degree. You know, as electric vehicles come about, as you know, we slashed the grocery tax last year, we have to find new and innovative ways to fund education without putting more mandates on our localities, right? And so we're entering a new age where we're going to have totally different and diverse ways to be able to generate tax base in Virginia. You know, we're moving into a crypto world. We're moving into a world where we have electric vehicles. We're going to have to talk about how do we fund things like transportation. And I think the biggest thing is that having huge advocates, especially in what you do and what our localities do, funnel up ideas is one of the most important things I can do. And I agree that the unfunded mandates to localities and some of the tearing away of authority is troublesome. But what we really have to do is make sure that our localities are talking as one, especially by regions. So that way we can make sure that we're making the right decisions by them. So, you know, sometimes I say this is that our local governments get elected by the people, and so do we, but we have very separate and different lanes. I think that as long as we make sure we work together, we should not dictate in either direction, and we need to have a seat at the table together.
Thank you, Delegate. You know, this is a short session. We have a divided government with very narrow majorities in both chambers. Give me your thoughts on how you approach legislation. How would you move legislation forward in this kind of environment?
Well, I already had 3 bills passed through the Senate this morning, so that's a good news.
Congratulations.
I would say this is that, you know, I came in briefly in the majority in the House, spent a term in the minority, and we're back in the majority on the House side. While I've been here, we just got a Republican governor. I served under a Democrat governor, and I was still able to get things done. I think as long as you focus the majority of your legislation around key issues that matter to your backyard and also benefit the majority of Virginians as a whole in the Commonwealth, you can move legislation forward regardless of political environment. Sometimes things are harder than others, I would say the number one issue that we have as legislators here is trying to educate people on our regions. So everything we do here is based off of things that are different to each region. I've tried my best since I've got here to learn everything about Southwest. I've tried to learn more about Northern Virginia, and I've tried my best to learn more about the Richmond region because I can't know their problems until I learn them. And the same goes for me. So to operate in a bipartisan environment, you have to educate others on what's important in your backyard and find some synergy to see what might be important to theirs and see where you can bridge the difference.
Well, on behalf of Virginia counties, I really want to thank you for your diligence in supporting counties, especially down in your region. Fantastic job. But thank you for sitting down with us and sharing your perspectives on Commonwealth Conversations and with the counties of Virginia.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.